Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today's another exciting, this is exciting lube job we're doing. And as I say in the channel, love to lube, lube to love. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today with Reggie's car. Now Reg here looks like a normal guy, but he's far from it.
Far from it.
And we're going to be working on this beautiful 2006. This is the Toyota RAV4.
Nice.
And this is the all-wheel drive model. And what we're doing is we're doing the gear lube. Now, if you didn't know, this actually has a transaxle up front. What that is, that's a transmission and a differential all in one with the transmission. And that's the transmission fluid, which we just did on Reggie's car. That was the last video. Now we're on doing the transfer case. So this transfer case is a metal gearbox that pipes the power from the motor all the way back to the rear tires, and then it goes to a rear differential. Then after the rear differential, it goes to the drive axles, and then it goes to the tires. So this actually is able to be switched from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. And this is the film that keeps the metal gears separated. Now, if you didn't know anything about AMSOIL, AMSOIL is actually the first in synthetic in 1972. They're also the first to make synthetic motor oil in 1972, first to make synthetic transmission fluid, and the first to make synthetic ATF fluid, automatic transmission fluid. So today, we're going to be servicing and doing the fluid change on Reggie's car. This has been all city driving for about the last 90,000 miles here in Las Vegas. From what you're aware of, Reg, it hasn't been touched, right?
It hasn't been touched.
All right, so you're going to see what the gear lube looks like. Also, I want you to stick around. There's something really important we're going to be doing at the end. We're going to be talking about my giveaway, where I give some of these super high-end snap-on tools away at the end of the month for everyone that's a part of the channel that leaves a comment within the first 30 minutes of any of the new videos. So if you want to be in that, give this sucker, slap that thumbs up button, leave a comment. Let me know if you have any questions on anything down below, and that's your ticket into the end of the month giveaway. I randomly go through and select people, but I wanted to get right into the tools we're going to use today, and that way you'll know if you're even ready to even do this process on your vehicle. You're going to need about an 18-inch extension. This is a 1 15/16 socket, so not quite 1 inch. And then you're going to need a breaker bar, this right here, a steel bar to get leverage. You're also going to need a 10mm Allen key. So this right here, you need these tools 100%. You're not going to be able to do it without it, so that's going to save you a lot of time if you don't have these. Well, enough squawking. Let's get to lubing.
Coach, one question. After this service, how will this help the performance of the car?
That's an excellent question, Reggie.
Thank you.
By changing this fluid, it's going to create a much higher film between the metal. It's going to run smoother. It's going to run quieter. It's going to get better fuel mileage, less parasitic drag on the way the fluid circulates.
Nice.
Parasitic drag. It's like a hydro thing, but it's not hydro because it's not water. But it's basically the drag on the gears, and by it having less friction and heat, it's going to last a lot longer. You say how much longer? Probably about 2 to 4 times longer. It's exponential, and that's what makes severe gear such a big deal. And it's 100% synthetic, which we're going to show you in a second with some rocks and some different beads on how mineral oil and synthetic blends are different. So we're going to be getting into that later, but enough squawking. Let's get to lubing.
Let's get to lubing.
And I almost forgot. We do need this little hand pump just to get to the transfer case. It's going to make it a lot easier. And if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. All right, so this is a 2006 model. We're on the right-hand side of the front, and we got our 15/16 extension. And this right here is around 18 inches. This is about 1 foot, 6 inches. And then you got this little addition, and then the socket, so it's right there in that range. And now we're going inside the books, and I'm going to show you exactly where you got to go from. You're going from behind the tire, you're going inside, and the drain bolt is right there on the transfer case. And the transfer case is that axle that's sticking out. I'm going to zoom in right now, and that is the bolt we're taking off right there. It's right by that oxygen sensor. And that's about as close as I can get. I can try to go closer, but I don't know if it's going to hit anything. We're getting the brake line. So yeah, that's it right there. So that's the bolt we're taking off. We're gonna take off the fill spot first and then... All right, so before I broke that bolt loose up top that I just showed you, I sprayed it with MP metal protector. So I actually came in here and I took the MP metal protector and I squirted it right, I can barely see it, but I just shot it right there and I hit the bolt like that. And what this does is it's an actual penetrating oil, so it allows you to break rusted bolts free easier, and it also drives out moisture, so in the future it won't get rusted or corroded. And then I also used the long breaker bar right here, and I came in from this angle with the breaker bar to get leverage. And on a scale of 1 to 10, the difficulty level on this is about a 9. So if you're not very strong, don't waste your time. It's not worth hurting yourself. This one is a big stickler, but we got her. So now we're coming with just one hand, and we're able to just reach in and just untwist her. So she's nice and loose. We got her broken loose. So we're just gonna get her off, and there she blows. We're gonna yank out. You can see the hole we just took off. And now we're gonna drop our bolt off. Oh, it must have already, oh, it's still on. The plug's still on. I thought it fell off. So there's our bolt. And it smells like gear lube, which is good. And we're gonna keep our crush washer. We're gonna use this same exact one. We don't need a new one. All right, so here's from underneath. Right there is the plug that we took off up top. Right here is the drain bolt. This little Allen key. So we got our 10 millimeter, like I mentioned before. We just stick that in, and I already cracked it loose. We did use our MP metal protector, our penetrating oil, and now we're just gonna loosen her up by hand and let the liquid lube flow. So here we go. Let me get my rubbers. I almost forgot to use my rubbers. Very important. Extra protection. Nice. Oh! Here we go. We're gonna drain her down. Right there. On the count of 3, a 1, a 2, and a 3. And we should be having a whole half a quart of lube coming. And that's it. Honestly, that's it. She don't look that bad. For 90,000 city driving, 88,000. We just round over 90. I thought it would be worse, but it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it could be. We got some metallic, and we're going to show you how to handle that now. All right, here's our magnet with all the jelly and sludge on it. We're going to clean this sucker up, and what better way? Reg is going to take the camera. Got it, Reg?
Got it.
And now we're going to use one of my favorite aerosols AMSOIL makes, brake parts cleaner. This is amazing because it dries so fast, doesn't leave any residue, and what I call it, basically Niagara Falls in a can. So here we go.
Here we go.
You ready, Reg?
Ready.
Let's blast it. 3,
Let's do it.
2, 1. Look at that punching power. Now that magnet is desperately trying to hold on to those metal particles. So what we're going to do is we're going to wipe it now. I'm going to show you how clean and fast we can clean this sucker up. And that's normal wear. That's just metal, metallic, stuff like that. So we're cleaning up this magnet. And that magnet's specifically there to catch the metal particles. There's no big chunks or nothing like that, which means we're good. And it means there's nothing wrong with Reg's car.
Nice.
We're really happy about that.
Yes, nice. Ecstatic.
Make sure that Reg is safe.
Thank
protected.
you.
And now we're going to do one last blast. And we're going to show you how far this sucker shoots. Here, watch this. Ready?
Ready.
See the wall over there?
Mm-hmm.
Watch. Look at how much power that sucker's got. I call it Niagara Falls in a can.
Nice.
And there she is.
There she
nice
is.
and clean.
There she is.
Take a look at Reg's gear lube. Pretty oxidized, but we're lucky there's no metal flakes. Get a close-up, Reg.
Okay.
And show them there's no metal flakes. So we're in good shape. And yeah, I mean, it could be way worse, so we're okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the suck hose and shove that right in here in the gear lube. We got our Easy Pack prepped. We took the seal off just to save a little time. Now these packages can hold up to 1,100 pounds of pressure.
Wow.
And now we're just going to prime it and just start pumping a little bit. We're going to get the old ATF fluid we have in there out. So you'll see the old red stuff coming out. It's sucking on the bottom. You'll see the old red stuff going. And now she is nice and clear, all solid gear lube. Now we're going to go ahead and pump a little bit of gear lube through it, get the old residue out, and Reg will get video of the residue coming out. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so now we got our hose in the fill hole. We got our suck hose in the Easy Pack. So now all we do is just start pumping, and you're going to see a little bit of that old residue come out. So you'll see it run clear right away, and that means all the old residue of the gear lube is out. And I'll give them a little close-up of that. Show them how clean it is. Let me see that, Reg, for a sec.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
And now, so you can see exactly what's dripping out. It's all nice and clean. It's clear. The old stuff's out. So now we're going to cork her off. We're going to tighten her down about 30 pounds of torque. You don't want to go real tight because the aluminum is very soft. If you go too hard, you're going to strip it. So we're going to go ahead and throw our cork back on, which is right here. All right, so now we're going to just start pumping in until she overflows. We got our bolt back on the bottom, and there's no special amount. It takes about half a quart of gear lube, but all you do is just start filling her up until she overflows. So we're going to shove our hose in a little more. Ah, there's that clear 100% synthetic gear lube going in. And she's not going to take much. She's going to start splooging over the top any second. Oh. I was afraid of that. It's like milking a baby goat. Watch your clothes; they'll bite through your clothes. Upper down level, and that way all the gear lube from the top is going to drain out. So you want it to self-level, and that's going to let any excess fluid drain out of that transfer case. So nice and slow. You just let her set her down. That's it. We're going to let her sit for about a minute. That's going to let all the excess, you can hear her splooging out. Here, I'll give you a little close-up. You can see there's extra in there that's coming out now. You can see that clear liquid lube coming out. So we're going to let her drain for about a minute. Then we're going to go ahead and cork her up. All we do is come back here. We use our same socket. Cork her up. We're going to tighten her down to about 30 pounds of torque. Remember, you don't have to go that tight at all because it's a little crush washer. And then we're going to nail the rear diff. That's it. All right, well, we're done with the transfer case. A little bit of a stickler, as you can see. It's definitely about a 9 out of 10 for getting to. And now we're going to head to the rear diff, which is the easy part. So we're coasting downhill. And a little bit about this gear lube. This was actually the very gear lube that Bobby Unser and Al Amatuzio pioneered way back in the late 60s. And if you don't know who Bobby Unser is the 12-time Pikes Peak champion. And he actually had this problem with his differential where he was going about every few practice sessions, and then he'd have to change his differential because he had metal on metal. And when you get metal on metal, because the film strength breaks down, it wears out your differential, and basically you lose power, performance, and drivability. So when Bobby Unser switched to this, he was actually able to go from one practice session into the next practice session all the way through race day into the next season, all on the same differential. That's how much longer it lasted after switching to it. And Bobby Unser and the Unsers are one of the highest achieving racers in all of automotive history. But enough squawking about that. Let's head back here. I want to show you a little something. Watch your step, Reg.
Okay.
And we're going to show them my new accomplishment for 21. And this is it. So for 2021, a lot of people always ask me, they say, Eben, do you sell AMSOIL? Is that all you're trying to do, is sell this stuff? And I tell people, not at all. Not at all. I just get AMSOIL bought for one reason, results. And that's what we share here on the channel. So if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe, tap that notification bell. So I was 8th in new qualified customers, 8th in new customer sales. And to me, you know, I truly love what I do. And I always say lube the love the lube. And that's why I get up in the morning. And I get up in the morning to get it wet. Reg, take a look at one of these little badges here.
Okay.
Synthetic oil protection, the wetter the better. And you say, well, what does that mean? What it means is, if it ain't messy, it ain't fun. And if it ain't fun, it ain't messy. That's why the wetter the better. So you see I got this stuff on me, but hey, I love it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drop the front end, which is already dropped. We're going to jack this little angel up from the rear. And now it's time to drop the gear lube in the rear. All right, so we got her all hand loose. So we're going to go ahead and drop our cork. Take her off. She didn't overflow, so she's not over full. That's our fill spot. So you always take off the fill spot first. Everything looks good. And now, all we do is crack our drain bolt. We just get our wrench here. We let this sucker soak for about an hour with the MP metal protector while we were doing the front. Let's see if we can crack this loose with a regular 6-inch wrench. Here we go. Nope, can't do it. We're gonna need the breaker bar. We're gonna drain her down. We got a whole half a quart coming out. We'll see what we got. 3, 2, 1, and there she blows. So this one's a little worse, a lot more metallic, more clutch material, and the magnet's certainly full. Got lots of good metallic particles on it, which is normal for letting it go this long. It should have definitely been changed at about 30 to 50,000 miles. So now we're going to drop her level, and then it's time to go ahead and feel her up. And we're going to show you how dirty she is. So we'll go ahead and just wipe her on here. Some nice fresh towels. And wow, not any big, nothing real big. No major metal parts, so we're in good shape. We're just going to blast her quick with our can. Just hit her with our parts cleaner. All right, there she is. And there we go. We got our old residue out. You can see she's draining. So now we're going to go ahead and cork her up. We're going to get her tight. We're only going to tighten her about 30 pounds, and we use the magnet one. So here we go. We're happy with that. Just like this. Now we got our little teeny wrench. We don't need the breaker bar to tighten her at all because we don't go that tight. And go right there. And right there we go. We got her about 30 pounds. And now all we do is just start pumping her in until she overflows. She should take about a half a quart. Shove her down a little more. Get her at an angle. right. All right, we're gonna grab a little more lube. Can you grab me if there's a red one over there? A red easy pack? See if there's a red one. Ah. I got it, Reggie.
Okay.
I got it. It's okay. I got it. Good. Ready? Good. All right, you're just going to get video of it overflowing. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to get video of her overflowing for you. So you can see her drain out the top. She should be splooging out the top any second. And there she blows. See her splooging out the top? We'll give them a close-up. Got her. Perfect. And there she is, draining out. And that's how we know she's completely full. And there she is. So now all we do is just yank out. So we just yank this sucker. Just like this. And we let her drain down. We're going to drop her level for a minute and make sure she drains level. And then we're going to go ahead and cork her up. About 30 pounds of torque. And now it's time to go rip around the block with Reg. Let's do it. Alrighty, we're out getting Reg's driving impressions. It's a gorgeous Thursday night here in Vegas. We're all alive, we're happy.
Turn right.
Oh, of course, Reg. That'd be great. Tons of rights.
It feels good, Coach Eben. It feels good.
So we've only went about a quarter mile, and we're here on Rainbow and Sahara. And that's the stratosphere down there, that big old tower. And so yeah, we're gonna get some.
Ooh, look how it picks up.
Listen to how she runs.
Listen how she blows, how she runs. Oh wow, this is exciting. I am excited. And I'm talking square biz to you.
I love it.
Nice. I can feel the difference.
Boy, she hums along nice. Wow.
Yes. Wow. This is impressive.
Now up here somewhere, or a little side street.
Okay.
Make a right and do some turns. Let's see how she feels differently.
Okay.
So somewhere up here, just turn in and let's see if she feels any different turning.
All right. Let's go do that.
So there's modifiers that are in the differential gear lube. It's called the GL5 specification, and that has those modifiers in it, and that allows these little clutch packs to shift and slide against each other. And if you even want to go in the parking lot, you can even do a little U-turn.
Okay.
You can see how it feels.
Let's see how it feels. Ooh, it feels nice. We'll go in here to the Spring Valley Church just for a second. Come back out because the ambulance is waiting.
Yep. Just make a little turn.
Make a little turny turn.
Yep. And see if you feel any difference doing some figure eights. Do a right now.
It feels good.
Awesome.
It feels very good.
So now we got the clutch packs all turned. It's a racetrack out here, Reg.
At 7 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
This is great, Coach.
Awesome. So now we went about, what did we go, about a mile now?
About a mile.
We'll make it right here.
Okay, make it right here.
and then we'll make a right into the gas station here, Reg.
Nice.
So far, what's the difference? Is there any? Can you even tell a difference?
The difference is it just drives newer than how it's been driving.
Oh,
It drives newer. It has a new feel to it.
all right.
What I call a fat feel. It has a fat feel instead of a skinny feel.
All right. All right. I love it. So we're going to get some gas, and then we'll do a little more drive and see what he thinks. We'll be back. All right, and one more little subtlety. We're going to throw in a bottle of upper cylinder lubricant.
Nice.
What this little guy does a lot, it actually lubricates everything that the fuel touches. So you got your crankcase motor oil. That lubricates the rings, piston rings, all different components inside your motor. But the fuel can get kind of dry, and you get this ethanol buildup, this water, ethanol, gas separation. Well, this additive doesn't allow those to separate, so you have a much cleaner burn. And also it lubricates your upper rings, so it idles a lot smoother. You're going to make a little more power, and your rings are going to last longer. Now this little booger treats 25 gallons of fuel. And how I do it, I always just take a key, and I just whoop, pop it right in, push side to side, and that's it. I get a lot of people that ask me, Eben, does it break off? It doesn't. This is epoxied on the edge, so that little seal doesn't come off. It's got the gasless gas cap compatible tip, so not only can you shove it in, you can also whoop, yank it out. So it literally takes 2 seconds. We call it one finger, just one finger, and that's it. A little taparoo, and that's it. You put it in every single full tank of gas. It costs about the price of a cup of coffee, and it actually saves you more money in gas than what it costs. Plus, you get the benefit of going about on an economy car like this. You're going to go around probably 15 to 37 more miles per full tank. So if you're doing a lot of city driving, you might go 15 more miles. If you're going all highway driving, you're going to go about 37 more miles per full tank. So you got to think of that time saved that you don't have to refuel. And you just want to watch you don't get this stuff on your hands, because it penetrates everywhere. It's like a penetrating oil. So that 2 seconds that I just held this upside down, it already slid down the cap and already got on my finger, and it's like it just penetrates through everything.
Wow.
So just keep it off your skin, and your car will be happy. If you want your car to run longer and Steeroonger, definitely subscribe to the channel. How's she running?
Fantastic. This is great. This is great. I can take a trip now. I can go to California, New York, Miami.
I love it. I love it.
This is great.
All right, if you love this video, definitely slap that thumbs up button. That helps out the channel. And remember, subscribe if you're new to the channel. That way you can come back and watch lots more videos on how to get your car to run longer and Steeroonger. And check out this playlist right here in the middle. This is on everything we did to Reg's car. This one up here on the top is the frequently asked questions on AMSOIL. A lot of people ask me. And also, if you want to be an Eben's end of month giveaway, all you do is leave a comment within the first half hour. We give $100 gift cards away, Snap-on tools, all kinds of candies. And I always believe loving and giving makes life worth living, and the more you give, the better you live. So that's what we're doing. We're giving back. And, well, check these out here in the middle.
Don't forget to leave those thumbs up.
Yep, thanks, Reg. We'll see you back next time right here on Synthetic Oil Protection.
Thanks,
Cheers
Coach.
to protection, protection, protection.
Thanks, Coach.